Most things have a single obvious use, but there are many household items that we use thoughtlessly every day without considering their actual purpose. From the holes in pen caps to the ridges on coins, everyday details are filled with hidden meaning. Today we're exploring 10 things you didn't know the use of. You have probably noticed that all wine bottles have an indentation at their base, but what exactly is this dimple used for? Referred to as a punt, the dimple has a number of uses. For one, the punt makes it easier to hold the wine bottle. If you grab your wine bottle from the bottom, it's no surprise that the punt is present, acting as a spot to place your thumb while the rest of your fingers grab the base of the bottle. In addition, it helps the wine bottle to stand up. Glassblowers used to create punts to push the seam of a bottle up, allowing the bottle to stand upright while preventing glass at the bottom of the bottle from sticking out and cutting people. The punt also catches sediment and causes the bottle to chill quicker. Though they were once optional, it's hard to imagine a bottle of wine without this punt. Many people have wondered why there's a hole in the top of all pens. One common speculation was that it made the ink dry faster, so that the pen manufacturer could make more money. Another theory claimed that the hole in the cap helped equalize pressure when one opened and closed it. But the real answer is remarkable. They have a hole to prevent suffocation in case someone swallows their pen. It turns out many people love to chew on their pens, and it's not uncommon to swallow them. The Independent wrote, 100 people die in the US each year from choking on pen lids. This number used to be much higher, and the reason the number didn't increase is that the pen company Bic put a large hole in the top of the lid. This means that even if the lid is accidentally swallowed, there's a bigger chance people can still breathe. Other pen companies saw that this was a good idea, so they added a hole to their lids too. Though few people are writing with a pencil and eraser these days, many people still remember erasers with both a pink and a blue side. But what was the point in bifurcating the eraser? Apparently, the blue end is meant for erasing pencil marks on heavy grades of paper, or dark marks. The soft pink end is useful for light grades of paper, in which the hard gridded side would tear apart, and also for precision erasing, such as removing a light stray mark from among dark marks. On grainy art paper, pencil marks are a pain to remove. The blue end of the eraser is tough, and it doesn't wither away when used on more coarse forms of paper. The blue end is not meant to erase ink, as many people falsely believe. Pom-poms are a normal fixture of the average winter hat, but exactly what purpose do they serve? The pom-pom hat's origins can be traced back to Scandinavia from the age of the Vikings. The Viking god Freyr is depicted wearing a hat or helmet with a pom-pom on it in a statuette that was discovered in 1904 on the farm Rallinge in Södermanland, Sweden. Apparently, it works like a cat's whiskers. The pom-pom would let sailors gauge the height of a cabin so they wouldn't hit their head, or it would warn them of something overhead. It would also protect their head in the event that they did actually get hit with something. The stylish rims you might have noticed on US dimes, quarters, half dollars, and some dollar coins are called reeded edges. They've been on American currency almost since day one as a way of keeping people honest. They date back to the time when US currency was actually made of silver and had an intrinsic value. Reeded edges served a twofold security purpose for silver coins. One, they added an additional intricate element to the coins that made them more difficult to counterfeit. And second, they prevented fraud. For as long as coins have been made from precious metal, a fairly common way to make a quick, ill-gotten buck was coin clipping. Clippers would shave off a tiny amount of metal all the way around the rims of a bunch of coins, collect the shavings, then sell them. Reeded edges ruined this scheme, since a shaved edge would be immediately obvious and alert anyone who received one that something was wrong. Many drinkers are curious about beer bottles' distinctive shape. Long-necked bottles have been used for a little over 100 years now. This design allows packers to easily seal off the top with a small bottle cap, reducing the size of the seal and thus saving money. A smaller seal on a beverage container also is stronger than one spread across a larger area. Some beer bottle necks will be more bulbous than others. Wide necks used to collect particles that could be in the beer when poured. Long-necked bottles that are round also allow for a fairly efficient means of packaging, while also decreasing the probability of breakage and transport. All of these general characteristics, from manufacturing to packaging, shape why glass bottles look like they do today. The leather patch is a popular trend with today's backpacks. It's called a lash tab, or pig snout. Originally, it was designed for outdoor packs to pass string through it and fasten equipment. Over time, rubber and plastic replaced leather as weatherproof alternatives. It's also used on personal flotation devices to attach knives, whistles, or other gear. Today, lash tabs are added to backpacks for a vintage look. This may have escaped your notice, but most padlocks actually have either one or two tiny holes in the bottom, so one could easily wonder, what's their actual purpose? Firstly, it lets water drain out if you're using it outdoors, preventing it from rusting or freezing up in the rain or snow. Secondly, the hole can also be used to oil the lock to keep it functioning properly. If your lock is locked and you cannot open it, you can pour engine oil or any lubricating oil into the holes, which will help you turn the key without difficulty. Have you ever noticed that toothpaste tubes come with a tiny symbol on the sealed end of the tube? These symbols generally come in green, blue, red, or black. According to several websites and social media posts, the claim is that the little squares you see on the bottom of a tube of toothpaste are some sort of toothpaste color code, revealing the nature of the materials within. The post claims that a green mark means the toothpaste is all natural, a blue mark means it contains a mix of natural ingredients and medicine, a red mark means it contains natural ingredients and chemical ingredients, and a black mark means it contains all chemical ingredients. But the whole thing is a myth. The squares are actually just part of the manufacturing process and are called eye marks. The hidden information in these colored squares is read by light beam sensors and literally just tells the high-speed machinery where the packaging needs to be cut and folded. Ever wondered why there is a small sample cloth included when you buy a new piece of clothing? It's pretty common with shirts and trousers. It's not to repair clothes, as many people believe. Instead, they are given so that you can know the nature of the textile material used, so that you don't wash it in a way that potentially ruins your clothing. You can check it by washing the sample using washing powder or bleach to know if it'll shrink or color bleed.